Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome back to my channel. If you enjoy my readings, please be sure to like and subscribe, as well as give me a comment and let me know if this reading resonates with you. Alright, so this week what we're going to do is a problem, reaction, solution reading. And basically it's going to give us, we're going to do the supernatural deck for the problem. And we've got quite a few shiesty characters in this deck, so I like to pull these first. And so if you have a question, go ahead, Sagittarius, and think about your question. You can stop and pause the video if you'd like. The answer to your question, the moon. Alright, so this is all kind of mysticism right here. It seems like somebody might be trying to play a trick on you. Somebody's tricking you there. Oh, alright. Alright, and for your second card, we have the Nine of Wands reversed. Nine of Cups reversed. So that is just like the perfect little place to be. You know, you've got, and honestly, I almost feel like we've done this reading before for you, Sagittarius. But don't worry, we've gotten some new cards, so we're going to shed light on these cards. Okay? So the Nine of Cups is a great card to have. It's basically saying that you've got everything that you've ever wanted. Now, if you've seen the Ten of Cups, then you might not feel like that. You might feel like you're missing out on something, like your 10th cup is missing. But sometimes this can all be in your head. And the Moon card is one of the cards that definitely, it makes you question whether or not somebody is manipulating you, or, you know, is it all in your head? Okay, so let's go ahead and pull another card for you. Sagittarius. Sagittarius love. Sagittarius love reading. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Alright, here's your future. Three of Cups. Okay, so the Three of Cups is a great card. It has to do with good times, celebrations, and it looks like everything's going to work out for you, Sag. What were you worried about? You know what? Mercury is retrograde, and all of your everything is up in the air right now. Alright, so if you've been having that fight or flight moment, should I stay or should I go? In whatever situation that you might be in, just remember that Mercury's retrograde in Gemini. And so your two personalities, or, you know, might be working against each other. So your right brain and your left brain are pulling you in two different directions. You don't know what to do. You don't know where to go. Your subconscious mind has been on the back burner, but here it comes, trying to grab the wheel and take it from you. So let's go ahead and pull some cards from this new deck I've just got. It's called the Arcana of Astrology. I love, love, love it. And it's definitely good for beginners. It's by Claire Goodchild. If you look in the links below, you will find a link to my new decks. If you'd like to purchase from Amazon, that is an affiliate link for me. And I'm going to make a hard choice next week, whether or not to go back to work full-time or part-time. However many subscribers I get between now and then is going to make a huge difference as to what, you know, jobs I really push for. And so I really need y'all to give me a sign. Okay? Should I keep going on here? Am I helping you? If you like my readings, please, please like, share, subscribe, ring the bell. Alright, so this one goes right on top of the moon card, which is a trickster. So you've got someone maybe trying to manipulate you, unless, of course, you are the manipulator. The moon card represents what sign? Hold on, y'all. I'm going to take a look. I think it's Taurus. The moon card represents what sign?
Pisces. According to less than B greater than tarot.
Less than B greater tarot. Thank you. Okay, so let's take a look and see what the moon card, what is it really saying here? What's causing you these problems? Is this trickster, do you have a trickster? Alright, so we've got the first quarter moon, so a half a moon. Okay, so we've got the moon card, and then on top of that we've pulled this moon card. Something's up, okay? Something's strange. Alright, let's go ahead and shuffle these one more time and pull your middle card. Alright. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I've been trying to shuffle these 12. My angel numbers have been speaking to me in 12s. So, the 9th house. Okay. That has to do with your 9 of Cups. Look at that. Look at that. We've got the 9 of Cups and the 9th house. Do you see that? I can't even make this stuff up. Alright. So, we're going to pull one more card. This is your final outcome. And then we're going to read these. I got to read them straight from the book, y'all. I hate to do that because I'm just now getting the hang of my new decks. But, you know what? I'm trying to teach folks here, not just to learn myself, but also help people. Help people understand these connections. And everything is connected in the world we live in. Alright, I'm going to cut the deck. We're going to shuffle it 12 times. And usually a card comes flying out, but not this time. Alright, so we've got the 3 cups, the 3 of Cups, which is happy-go-lucky, you with your girls, or your guys, if you're a guy, and you're drinking it up, having a good time. You know, I just realized... No, it's right side up. Okay. Okay. Psyche. Psyche. Do I know what that is? I have no idea. I want to say it might be a comet. This is why we've got this brand new deck, so that we can learn the ins and outs of the tarot. And I don't know. This deck is so much different, and I have quite a few decks now. For the longest time, I wouldn't even buy a tarot deck. I would only make my own, because then I knew where the vibrations were coming from, right? So it took me probably like 4 months of doing readings just to even trust someone else's cards. First quarter moon. Oh, right. Okay, these are great because they're not really, really long. And here's the book. Alright, so you can just kind of scroll through the book and you see it's really easy to find them even though they're not numbered. You can easily find the cards. It doesn't take a long time. So the first quarter moon in a reading. At the first quarter moon, the stems and leaves that you are developing are beginning to take real form. Your intuition is getting stronger by the day. So placing trust in yourself is paramount in reaching this next stage. You already have the answers you are looking for. We all do. As the moon grows, so can the nagging thoughts and doubts. The moon is going to continue her cycle, whether you accompany her or not. So you might as well keep going. Okay, so I'm going to pull out the Supernatural deck, and we're going to read the moon card upright for you, because it's just too weird that we've got the moon and the first quarter moon, and then we've got the Nine of Cups and the ninth house, and then we've got the Three of Cups and the Psyche card. Psyche, Psyche. Okay, so let's take a look here at the moon card. I know exactly what this card means, but I don't want you to think I'm being biased, okay? Because I know that I've read this card for you before. Gabriel is the ultimate trickster, a master of illusion. The moon represents deception, hidden agendas, and the idea that nothing is ever what it seems. Alright, so honestly, y'all, today I did myself a reading before I did my readings, because I just wasn't sure that I wanted to keep going on with this, or if I wanted to work on my other channels. So I also have a narcissistic tarot, narcissistic abuse support group channel, as well as an art channel. And this one just hasn't really been getting as much likes and shares and comments as much work as I've put into it. So, you know, I'm a little down. But, you know, Mercury's retrograde, so I'm going to keep on kicking. And basically it said that my card reading said that I was putting things off. That I was actually just making excuses. Okay. So here I am. Alright, upright. The moon indicates that there's more going on than meets the eye. Things aren't what they seem to be at first glance. So, stay vigilant and analyze every situation carefully to figure out what is really going on. The moon tarot card suggests that you trust your intuition and investigate any hunches or gut feelings that you may have. So if someone is rubbing you wrong, you know, you just don't trust them for some reason. You know, just don't ignore that. Don't ignore that gut feeling. Do not allow them to manipulate you, okay? I used to sell cars for a long time, so I feel like I can smell a heist 100 miles away. I just know if someone's lying to me, if they're trying to run one over on me, because I've been trained by the best. But I don't know. You know, I found that if you're honest with the excuse me, I drink a bunch of orange juice. I got the burps now. If you're honest with your customers, you can get just as many clients from being honest as you can from being a manipulator. So it really doesn't pay off to be a manipulator in the long run. Alright, so let's read this ninth house card. So we know that the Nine of Cups is you refining your table. You're deciding, you know, you're cleaning out the gutters, and you're making your list, checking it twice, okay? You're like, everything's just so. But we've got the ninth house here, so let's see what that says. So nines are usually, okay, this is a Sagittarius card. Oh, I should have known. Alright, fire cadet is the position. Cadet. I don't know what that means, y'all. I'm going to have to Google it. Look below for the information about what a cadet is. So this is the position. And then the house type is creative. Alright, so I know my Sagittariuses are so creative. And I absolutely love all my Sagittariuses. As the house of knowledge, this card is letting you know that it is the right time to look outside of your comfort zone and explore this new subjects. What you have always been interested in learning, but were too afraid to explore because you didn't think that it was appropriate? ? A book can transport you anywhere in the world. These days, even an app on your phone can teach you a new language. Stop putting off learning things that you want to know. Maybe you have a special skill or interest or viewpoint that can help others. Knowledge isn't regarded to a single person or idea. We continuously take old ideas and build upon them until they work where we are now as individuals and as societies. The keywords: knowledge, truth, discover, society, build, learn, teach. All right, these all really resonate with me. Okay, that was for your reading. This is for your astrology. The quest for knowledge and truth belongs to the ninth house. The desire to understand our role in the universe is a very human trait. Whether our faith belongs to the institution of God or the institution of science, we all have something bigger than ourselves that we believe in. This search for meaning and purpose means this house can also involve travel and exploration. In the natal chart, the ninth house shows how we combine our lived experiences with the knowledge that we learn from people that we meet along the way. Transits through here can disrupt our thinking and allow us to open ourselves up to new information. So recently I've noticed that one of my Sag friends lives really close to where I used to live, and it's got my soul calling out to go home, especially since my other sister just lives right around the corner from there. So the keywords here are knowledge, truth, discover, society, build, learn, and teach. Okay? So definitely take advantage. You know, there are a ton of free courses online. If you want to know psychology, I know that these cards really get me wanting to know more psychological information. I want to know, everything that there is to know. Especially since I made this deck of Narcissist cards here. Alright, so, we're probably going to pull a Narcissist card. But I'm torn between the Angel cards or the Narcissist cards. But you've got this trickster here. You've got this Nine of Cups reversed. Oh, the Nine of Cups is reversed, y'all. The Nine of Cups reversed. Okay, so that's a little bit different than, okay, so the Nine of Cups reversed goes right there with your ninth house, the card that we just read. And it says, the Nine of Goblets tarot card indicates dissatisfaction or a lack of fulfillment. Have you been wishing hard for something only to have your dreams not come to fruition? The Nine of Goblets reversed reminds you that some things just aren't meant to be. Okay. Unfortunately, this is sad but true. I don't want to discourage anybody on a love reading, especially since the next one is 3. But some people look at this as 3 as an extra person in the 3, the third wheel in a relationship. So be careful that when you're partying it up, that you're not next to somebody who might take advantage of you while you are incapacitated, or your lover, if they're there with you. Okay, so I'm gonna pull a love card. Oh, we've got the Psyche card. Okay, so let's see if this answers some of our crazy questions that we've got going on here. Because we've got this 3 of Cups, we've got the 9 of Cups saying basically it's done, it's over, some things just aren't meant to work out. I really am so hard-headed. I really allow people to drag me through the mud for entirely too long. Psyche, the goddess. The symbols are roses, poetry, wildflowers, and butterflies. Psyche was a mortal who became a goddess of the soul after her marriage to Eros. It was said that beauty was so great that it enraged Eros' mother, Aphrodite, beyond comprehension. Aphrodite was so jealous that she cursed the land with the plague and said the only way to stop it was to sacrifice Psyche to a monster. When that failed, Aphrodite sent Psyche on several quests, the last of which resulted in her succumbing to death, to a death-like sleep. Cupid appeared to Zeus for help, and he turned to Psyche immortal, so she and Eros could be together forever. For Greek myth, this one actually has a happy ending. Astrologically, Psyche represents our psychic abilities and our sensitivities to those around us. Having experience is a mortal and a goddess. She has a special understanding of what goes on around our minds and our souls. Psyche's placement in our natal chart also determines how we look for a soulmate connection with other people. In your reading, for your tarot card reading, Psyche points to other people's expectations of us. So we are, and how we should behave is suddenly a topic of conversation. The empathetic side of you might be internalizing this, but like the adage says, other people's opinions of you is none of your business. Your intuition is very heightened right now. It's as though you can feel the emotions of everyone around you. You have the gift of sensitivity, and this allows you to turn even the worst feelings into beauty, positivity, lead by example, and show kindness goes further than spite. Okay, so this is so true. I was just telling a good friend that basically jealousy is a slippery slope. You know, it's not going to lead to happiness, okay? It's not going to lead to, you know, showing your partner how crazy jealous you are, or allowing your partner to be overly jealous, or even just putting your partner in a situation where they would become more jealous is not going to serve you. So definitely try not to do anything that might tempt anyone. Right? Okay, so you all know what I'm talking about, right? So do what you have to do to take care of yourself and to stay on track, but also, you know, it's good to, you know, make sure that your positivity is staying at the forefront, you know, like a jealous. So this is kind of weird that it's talking about jealousy, because it's got the 3 of Cups and it's got jealousy. So you really can't have this type of situation unless there's another person who's causing some kind of issues. All right. So I'd like to say that people can be in a relationship with more than one person at a time. The Bible says that many men had multiple wives. But at some point, somebody's going to get jealous. But does that really matter if you're in a relationship or not? Aren't you always going to be in a situation where you might get jealous? Probably. Most likely. But, you know, don't go out of your way to make your lover jealous. Don't go out of your... If you have a lover who's purposefully trying to make you jealous, then that's not a positive relationship. And you probably should let bygones be bygone. Not everything does work out. Okay, so we have to pull some narcissist cards. So I recently added all my cards together that I've ever made that were narcissist cards, which includes psycho killers. I'm probably not going to put the name of the psycho killer on here if they're still alive. Some of these are here, they're on here, and they're still alive in jail. So if you get the psycho killer card, some of them are, you know, not true. They're not, they're like Dexter or a superhero or the Joker. Okay, we got one jumping out. Uh-oh. Okay. Oh, we got 2 psycho killer cards jumping out. That's great. That's just great. Okay. So we've got a Gemini psycho. And we've got a Scorpio who's also a psycho. We've got, I'm pretty sure this lady's dead, Nanny Doss. So basically this lady, she was a psycho killer. She would take advantage of her patients' want for death and would kill them. She would put them out of their misery. Kind of like that Stephen King movie. And then we also have a drug-addled... Okay, so underneath the moon, we've got the bad nurse. Okay? So underneath the moon, you might want to be careful if you get sick and go to the hospital, okay? Somebody who's taking care of you might not have the best interests at heart. And then underneath the ninth house, we've got the blackout alcoholic. Could not recall his murders. Okay, he was drugging people and a necrophiliac, sexual killings. Alright, so maybe don't be playing around with... Okay, and this is Gemini too. I think this is a sign right here that Mercury's retrograde in Gemini, and to watch out because people are not themselves right now. And I literally just lost my whole... Let's just say I lost it, okay? Sometimes that happens. Even if you're a good person and you know all about narcissism and you know that it's not right to totally flip on folks, every one person can only take so much before they flip. Alright, and... Alright, so that's not a narcissist card. So actually this deck was, I'm going to tell you what it is anyway because it popped up, so it might have some significance to you. Neuro-linguistic programming. Used by counselors, life coaches, NLC. So a lot of doctors don't really feel like this is a legit way to get counseling, and I gotta be honest with you, when I watch the YouTube videos about neuro-linguistic programming, I had a very unsettled, like maybe it's just the unprofessionalism of these people, but I wasn't feeling soothed at all. Oh, guess what? We got the Batman card. Alright, so if there is a third party, maybe it's Batman, okay? The Dark Knight. The Caped Crusader. Alright, guess what? He's a Virgo. September 4th. Batman. Bruce Wayne. Alright, so it says, you may have a Virgo. If your lover's not a Virgo, then they are compatible with a Virgo. You know, watch out. Appreciates art. Virgo. Impulsive. Yes, Virgo. Extrovert. Definitely. Dr. Grande. Actually, Dr. Grande gave us this information. This is a psychological evaluation of Batman based on Dr. Grande. Alright? So it says... I'm trying to remember... Okay, so here's Bruce Wayne's characteristics versus Batman's characteristics. So Bruce Wayne is not so much of a risk. He's probably not going to accidentally, like, you know, kill you or something. Because he's got, like, you know, his... persona to uphold. He's got control over his self. He has this persona that he has to uphold. So whenever he's Bruce Wayne, he's definitely not going to fly off the handle and get thrown in jail. No, never. No, probably not. But if he was Batman, he's way more of a risk taker, and it looks like he might be suffering from serious PTSD. So that can cause you to have anger management issues, lash out, do things that you normally wouldn't do. Bruce Wayne, very grandiose, whereas Batman is maybe depressive. He might be manic depressive, or he's definitely depressed. He's suffering with depression. And then the Bruce Wayne is highly agreeable, whereas Batman, he's low to somewhat agreeable, and neuroticism. So Bruce Wayne does not have a lot of neuroticism. He's very calm, cool, and collective. That's his persona. But, Batman seems pretty calm, cool, and collective too. But it says that he could qualify as a Factor 2 psychopath. And so could Bruce Wayne. So Batman and Bruce Wayne could both be considered psychopathic. Okay. So that is very, very interesting. So the Psyche, you got the Three of Cups and the Psyche card and the Batman card. What? And this is in your final outcome. So who knows? This could be someone in your life that you might be meeting, or it could be the third wheel in your relationship, or it could be your lover. Could represent your lover. All right. And it doesn't really matter if this Virgo is really a man or a woman. We all know that it could be like a Catwoman, Batwoman. There is such thing as a Batwoman. So yeah. All right. So you got quite a few psycho killer cards here. I do have to say that these are very hard to shuffle, so don't take it too personal. But this was my attempt at trying to put faces to narcissists. And I also put some reptilian cards in here, because Dr. Grande has somewhat of a fascination with reptilians. So whenever I'm making these cards, and he's going on and on about this weird characteristics and traits and stuff, I made a couple reptilian cards because they're very cold and calculating. And the spread that I used is based on a conspiracy theorist, David Icke. Although I don't agree with everything that David Icke says, I am very open-minded to strange and unusual ideas. If nothing else, it can be inspiring for art or other artistic forms. So whenever I do my reading, it's based on problem, reaction, solution, which according to just regular old David Icke, he believes that government or said conspiracy usually starts with a problem, and then there's the reaction, and that's the solution. Problem, reaction, solution. And it's a cycle, and it continues to go around. And if you plug into television and you watch these kinds of situations unfold all the time, and it's planned, and it keeps you, it kind of keeps you in a state of hype. I don't like it. I don't watch the news. I don't allow, I might read it, but I definitely am not going to turn on, I don't even own a television that I could turn on to a news station. That's how much I dislike watching the news. So the closest thing to news I watch is like the nightly shows or whatever. But it's just stressful for me as an epileptic person. So I don't do it. But anywho, if you're easily stressed, epileptic, someone who stress really, really affects you, then I highly recommend, don't watch the news, you know? Just alleviate the whole problem reaction solution. You don't have to be part of that game. Check out. Okay? But I like it for a tarot reading because I feel like it really answers a question for you. It really can shed light on a situation. So I guess to me this kind of means that anybody could go crazy during Mercury retrograde. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, if any person puts up with too much abuse for too long, sooner or later they're going to break free, whether or not it's justified, whether or not it's, they may end up having to do time for whatever it is. Like, I'm sure that Nanny Doss thought she was doing the right thing when she put these people out of their misery. And with this dude, oh my gosh, it's Jeffrey Dahmer. 15 men murdered, cannibal, ate the victims, mutilation, nice guy. So he's a very nice guy, very homosexual, and obsessed with roadkill. Okay, alright, that's strange. He was a Gemini. So, that's in your 9th house. That had to do with letting go of your situation. And it said on the Nine of Cups reversed that, the Nine of Cups is like, it's kind of like, if it's upright, then you almost have it all. But since it's not, the cups are all empty. You might have 9 cups, but they're all empty. And then your 9th house was the Sagittarius card. So I highly recommend that you go with your gut instincts on this. This person that may be a Gemini in your life who's manipulative, or it even could be just referring to the fact that Mercury's retrograde right now in Gemini. And it might be turning all your cups upside down. It definitely has happened to me. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm perfect and that I can dole out these narcissist cards and say that I'm not a narcissist. We all have our limits. Alright, so take some time, get yourself a hot bath, and, meditate, and get yourself back right, okay? If all this weight is on you, if you're feeling any of this, then definitely maybe go to last week's reading and do my angel meditation, okay? Thank you, Sagittarius. I love all my Sagittariuses. I know that they struggle with narcissists, and I hope that you can push through. Come back and see me next week, and please like, subscribe, share, give me some feedback. I thought it wasn't recording. That freaked me out. Alright, y'all. Hit the bell. Seriously, how these readings do this week is going to depend on whether or not I continue doing them. I might only just do information. So please leave me a comment and let me know if this resonates with you. I need to know. Thank you.